guys.
Hi.
So today we're gonna talk about how to maintain a relationship and
Do some relationship questions.
questions.
Indeed. Yes.
Okay, so if this is your first time on our channel, we're CNL and she's
Chelsea.
I'm Nana
And I'm Louise.
and we're CNL.
And watch our first video.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And
you should do.
subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe,
All of that.
all of that.
Oh,
Right now, before you watch this one first and then go to that one.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about how to maintain a relationship. So Chelsea, what do you think?
Just communicate. Honestly, communication is the most important thing in a relationship, and honesty. So just tell me what's up. If you having beef with me, tell me what's up. We can talk
Post
about
up.
it. Exactly. Post
Right.
up. The fuck? Catch me
honest.
outside.
How about that?
Right. Like, let's just talk about how we feel because it's important. And if you think it's not important, then I don't like you and I don't want to talk to you.
I would
That part.
say communication, as she said, and being honest and just being caring, like not being selfish. Like, if there's a problem, we should like talk about it. You shouldn't just be like, okay, like if I'm like mad or something, you're just gonna leave me alone or you're not gonna ask me about it. Like, we're both in a relationship. It's not just one person. Like, we're supposed to talk about like what issues we have and not just be like all quiet and stuff like that. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
I would say trust is a big thing too, because if you don't trust the person that you're with, that just ends up, it just goes downhill from there. Because then if you
Right.
don't trust them, there's no communication.
That's
And then communication leads to being distant. Then distant leads to just like, if you wondering if you're even single or not. And you just like, it just, it's a
Right.
slope. And like, you can't, the thing is like, you can be not clingy or obsessive, but just like territorial. Like, just be like, this is my girlfriend, this is my
Right.
boyfriend. But like, don't go off and go batshit crazy when like your girlfriend has like hella guy friends,
Oh
or
my
if like
God.
your boyfriend has friends that are girls. Like, there's no
Yes.
point of it.
Some guys be doing that, like, I don't know, like if you have a lot of guy friends or something, like after when they're in a relationship with you, right, in the beginning, everything is so smooth and calm and stuff, like they love you and stuff. After a while, like when they see how your life is, then they start to act so obsessive and so, like, I don't know, they just try to act like they own you. Like, no, you don't own me. Like, I mean, I'm your girlfriend, right? But still, like, you don't own me. Like, you can't tell me what to do, basically. Like, you can't tell me what to do. I'm sorry. No, that doesn't work.
That
Yeah.
part.
I would also say, damn, I just had it, it's gone. It'll come to me.
You have to be willing to make sacrifices.
Yes.
And I feel like I'm really hypocritical of this because in the place that I am now in my life, I will not be making sacrifices for anyone. Like, I am my biggest priority. What I need to do, I will get done. However, when you're in a relationship, I feel like it's different because it's like you're spending your time with that person. You're dedicating a lot to that person. I feel like even though you're two separate beings, you should be one. Act as if you're one, and you should be able to sacrifice certain things for them.
Following to what Chelsea said, don't get too consumed with the person that you're with. Also, just like have some time for yourself, and you also keep it in mind about your significant other. Because like how Nana said, you can't be selfish. Like, you have to like consider the person that you're with feelings. You have to consider like just making more time with them. Speaking of making time with them,
I know where you're getting at.
you know what I mean? Okay,
This tea.
stop it.
No, we chilling.
This? Okay, anyways, basically it's just like there's nothing wrong having like, you know, your significant other around your friends and around their friends, because, you know, like, clearly if you care about the person to have them around your friends and they like your friends and your friends like the person that you're with, then it's a good thing. It's all Gucci. But every time that y'all make the time together, don't make every time with the group of friends,
Right.
because then it just starts, there's nothing wrong with it, but then again it just starts, eventually it just feels like do I have a friend or do I have a boyfriend? Do I have a girlfriend? Like, you know,
Yeah.
and it kind of gets like, and it's nothing against like the friends that they're with and your friends. It's kind of just like, if you're making the whole point of a relationship, at least have some time together. Not all the time, but if you guys can make the time to be alone, then make it. It doesn't have to be every day, all day. It can be the few hours that you have. It's fine. It's okay. And then you can just spend a few hours together, just like get that little quality time. And then probably later on that day, you can just go out, get lit with the buddies.
Right.
Free time.
As she said, spending time with each other is very important. Like, I just feel like if you get the time, you should. Like, it's very important, like, for your growth, like, in your relationship.
In long distance relationships.
Yeah, especially in long distance.
You need to make sure
Yeah.
that you can take advantage of that time, bro.
Because it's not every day you're gonna see the person. So at any little time you get to see the person, you have to, like, make that sacrifice. As she said, like, sacrifices are important. Like, you need to make that sacrifice. And not just be like, oh, like, just give excuses. Like, oh, I have to do this and I have to do that. Like,
and if that's the case, sorry to make you off. If that's the case, let the person know.
right.
Don't just like take your time and not answer your phone and just have them sit there looking dumb. Let them know. Just be like, hey, babe, like I'm doing this right now. I'll be there later. Like, you know, cause like especially girls, like girls, we like that. Like all we really want is just like for us to let us know. Cause like if you tell us we're going somewhere, we will get full beat, looking like a whole ass meal, and we be sitting there for an hour because you don't want to answer your phone, and then you'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, I had something to do.
Right. And
you could have texted that minutes before.
And a relationship is two people. It's not just one. Like, you don't just, like, expect one to make a sacrifice and the other person is just there. Like, if you're not gonna be, like, willing to do, like, a sacrifice, then I'm sorry. Then this has to be over. Because I don't know what we're doing if you're not willing to make a sacrifice if you're in a relationship, to be honest.
Yep.
So first question is, are you in a relationship with someone for around a year or so?
Next month will be a year. So yes.
No.
Chelsea?
I'm single and I don't like anyone. I hate everybody.
We're bitter ass.
I'm not even bitter. It's just like I really don't want a relationship. Like I really don't.
Okay. Understandable.
The fuck.
Understandable.
Okay. So what is the ideal number of calls a couple should exchange in a day?
I mean, if you're trying to have a sit down and talk, at least once a day. Like if you're trying to have like a little FaceTime sesh or like a little phone call, just catching up on each other's lives once a day at least.
Yeah. I think that's the best. Like,
But like if you're busy, like honestly, you can schedule it whenever. It's just kind of like.
I mean, like a text just telling me like what
Yeah.
like how your day is gonna be like and if
Yeah.
you're gonna be busy. Like
Yeah.
if you're not communicating with me and you're just like not answering my text, you text me and then I reply you and you just don't like want to reply me, then I'm sorry. I don't know what we're doing. Like just like, it's not
Like
gonna
if
work.
you're busy, like for me, like you kind of just have to like know like not like know your significant other's schedule, but know that like at certain times of the day when they're busy.
That's true.
Like some like certain times of the day, like I don't really get upset when he doesn't respond fast enough because like I either know that he's either out having a good time or he's working. So I just be chilling for the most part.
Honestly, I think it depends on the relationship.
That's true.
Yeah, like I'm the type of person I don't really like texting and calling that much.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't at all. So I prefer to see you a lot and talk to you that way versus.
That makes sense. I feel like
phone
some
calls and
things
texting.
aren't worth saying like.
But it's
through the
like
phone.
if you're in a long distance relationship, like it's different because like you expect like I don't know, but communication has to flow because if you're not talking, then
At
it's not
least-
gonna work
at least
because
a few little
I don't get
FaceTimes.
to see you. So
Right.
then like you don't have to tell me. I'm not trying to say like text me every single minute of the day, but just let me know like if you're gonna be busy. So like we are not talking. I'm not just being like okay he's not texting me.
Mm-hmm.
I text him back and he's not replying me. Like no, that's not how it works. Like
Right.
you need to communicate with me because
I couldn't do a long distance relationship. I couldn't.
It's
I have
hard.
to see that person
It
every
really
day.
is hard.
I have to, or a lot, cause
But
like.
I feel like it's what makes it like seeing the person more like what's the word, cherishable, I guess. Since you don't see
Yeah.
them every day, when you do, you're kind of just like, damn, like I miss that person.
that's true. So the next question is, what is the single most important thing for relationships to be successful? Okay, we already talked about that.
You already did all that.
Yeah. So, what would you define as cheating?
Kissing,
Anything that makes another
Having
person
sex.
feel special.
yeah, anything like if I see you treating another girl how you treat me, I'll feel some type of way.
Or anything you can tell me, like anything that, like, I don't know, anything that, like, you've done that you think is bad and you can, like, share with me. I just define it as cheating. Kissing, I don't know, anything that you've done that you can just tell me. I just define it as cheating, to be honest.
Sounds about right.
So, yeah, I guess that's the end.
Like,
bye, guys.
comment, subscribe.
See you now.